Yeastie Boys, BIgmouth.
Remember, life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. I'm not going to talk about the sun because I had a very traumatic experience yesterday with the sun. I'm not sure whether you can see on this video, but yeah, me and the sun don't get along. I was at believe it or not, I was at a funeral yesterday for a very well-respected West Ham fan who unfortunately died from cancer way before his time, and we and a couple of hundred other people went there to give him a send-off, and there was a big green outside his house, and we sort of, you know, paid our respects. The coffin went off, and we all stood round and had a few beers, and there was no glasses, no pubs open, so you know, we bought a few cans and raised a few cans to him. And yeah, I was drinking Beck's, believe it or not, Beck's from a can, and yeah, it was scorching hot, and yeah, I didn't realise how badly I was burning until I got home, and then realised that being of Irish descent, having Irish parents, one of them being a ginger, is not conducive to going out in the sun. Hence the reason I look like a tomato at the moment. So there you go. So let's get back to the beer. This is Yeastie Boys, BIgmouth. Yeastie Boys are a brewery from New Zealand, and they use I think New World hops from New Zealand. I tried my best to get some information on the hops that was in this. I can't. It's not on the side of the can. I looked on the website. I can't get much from the website. Even the Wikipedia page doesn't even list this one as being in their range. So maybe I'm just going to have to guess, but I don't know whether they're American or New Zealand. Going by the description on the can, it does say that this is their New World hops, or sorry, South Pacific hops. Now, here's the rub, right? Yeastie Boys from New Zealand, yeah? Great. Brewed using South Pacific hops, even better. Never had a beer from Brew Zealand. What a brilliant name for a New Zealand brewery. Brew Zealand, wow. Yeah, all right, shut up, twat. On the side of the can, it's got brewed and packaged for Yeastie Boys by our friends at the West Berkshire Brewery. So this is brewed under licence. Now, I don't know. When you start brewing things under licence, things take a different turn. I think if you have to get other people to brew your beer, I know New Zealand's on the other side of the world, and you want to reach out to, you know, a whole new audience, you've got to compromise. But for me, I don't know. And this isn't cheap either. This is £2.50 roughly. I think I got this from Honest Brew, who are slightly cheaper than everybody else, but £2.50 for a contract brewed beer. That's as far as I'm going to go with that. As I always say in these reviews, I'll let the beer do the talking. If this turns out to be brilliant, great. I'll take all that back, because all that matters is the beer. If it's good beer, it's good beer. You cannot deny its credibility. Anyway, let's stop gassing. Let's stop talking Bolax, and let's get onto this beer. Okay, 330ml can, 4.4% ABV. It says on the description, I like an easy drinker, sorry. Bursting with sun-kissed South Pacific hops, like an Antipodean summer, packaged in a can. I've never been to Australia, never been to New Zealand. Don't know what an Antipodean summer is like. If it's anything like that, I don't want to go near it because of this. That's my take on the sun. Honestly, I seriously am not a fan of the sun at all. I know I say, you know, about beers, oh yeah, have a barbecue and all that. If I'm having a barbecue, I'm normally sat in the shade. I cannot do it anymore. I used to, you know, when I was younger, you know, I used to go out in the sun, I'd get burnt and think nothing of it. Yeah, a couple of days of uncomfortable, then go out again and do it all again. Idiot. Now, I will not do it because I know I can't. I mean, look at the state of me, for fuck's sake. I'm so glad there's a lockdown because, you know, I was wearing a pair of shades yesterday and I don't know whether you can see it, but I can. I'm reminded of it every day. So it's a good job I had a hat on as well. Otherwise, I would have stopped traffic. Like, people would have thought there was a fucking traffic light. Anyway, let's get this open. Let's see what's going on. Okay, God, immediately I am getting them hops, which is a good sign. So, yeah. Wow, this smells really fruity. Lovely sweet fruit. Peach. And a mango. Not a hint of bitterness. Smells really nice, and this is a session IPA as well, so, you know, 4.4 session IPA. Sorry, session pale ale. Do apologise. Let's get it in the glass. Now, I've not heard of this West Berkshire Brewing Company before. There it is, in the glass. Looks very nice. Nice hazy yellow colour. Foamy. Big bubbled. 1.5 finger head on the nose out of the glass. Yeah, it smells absolutely gorgeous. It's not got the bitter grapefruit that you would expect in one of these new world pale ales. So promising indeed. Let's get it down the hatch. Cheers. Lovely. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, that is really good. Them sweet aromas I was getting from the hops, that all transfers into the flavour as well. Big, nice, juicy mango, peach, passion fruit. Typical of what you would expect from New World hops. Unfortunately, I can't say which hops they are. It doesn't tell me. You know, they're saying that they're either Australian or New Zealand hops, so draw your own conclusions with that. All I'll tell you is the flavours, nice, fruity, very, very subtle bitterness, which I like. There's a little subtle bitterness on the back end from like grapefruit and stuff like that. It's not got the aggressive, bitter hopping that you get from the American stuff. There's no real pine in there. There's no resin, or resinous pine if you want. There's no big grapefruit, however. Oh, it's lovely. It's absolutely gorgeous. That is really nice, and they've called it a session pale ale, and I could drink a hell of a lot of these. For me, this is better than the Camden stuff, the Camden session pale ale. It's it's better than some of the Vocation stuff as well. It's really nice. It's like a very, well, New England IPAs are naturally fruity anyway. This is like a very, very, very toned down New England. ABV isn't as big, but just as tasty in my opinion. Really nice. Very impressed with that. Well done, Yeastie boys. See, now I can forgive them for contract brewing this. They've obviously given them a recipe, told them what hops to use, etc, etc. I'm assuming somebody's gone from New Zealand over here and tested it and said, yeah, this is what we want to be selling, and it's good. I have no issues with it being contract brewed. At the end of the day, that is a good beer, and I like it. So what's the verdict on Yeastie Boys BIgmouth? Very nice indeed. I was a bit dismayed to see that it was contract brewed over here. I get why they did it. The logistics of getting beer from New Zealand over to the United Kingdom in any volume, I think you'd be paying at least 3 times as much, you know, with your import tax, your transportation costs. So I can see why they've done a contract brewer. I can see that whoever's brewed this, they're calling it the West Berkshire. Let me read out their address. It's the West Berkshire Brewery, the Old Dairy, something Home Farm. Okay, just one sec. I will be back presently. Well, the West Berkshire Brewery, just done a quick bit of research. I should have done that before really, but they look like quite an interesting brewery. They do all traditional British beers and they look like a traditional British brewer, but they also do like your IPAs and, you know, your new style pale ales. They do a peach IPA as well, but they do a lot of bitters, dark beers and stuff like that. They look really interesting, so I'm quite pleased they've done this, and they've done a fantastic job on this. This is really good. I do like it. And one thing I do like about the Yeastie Boys is they don't do food pairings. They do music pairings. I don't know what music they'd say would go with this, but as the saying goes, my neighbours are all fans of Pantera, whether they like it or not. Dog's going mad. He must like the beer. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. I'm going to recommend it, and I'm going to say hats off to Yeastie Boys, and I'm going to say hats off to the West Berkshire Brewery. You've done a cracking job there. Well done, fellas. And remember, kids, stay out of the sun, because if you're ginger, you'll get fucked.